Like a pebble that has been rounded over the centuries by the gentle splashing of the ocean waves, Halo 3 has become the perfect hardcore first-person combat simulator. By dint of painstaking labor on the part of its developer, Bungie, it has been refined over 3 installments to the point where it delivers only pure, unadulterated gaming bliss. Every combat is even-sided and complex, and can be waged in multiple ways, using an arsenal of long and short-range weapons, plus grenades and hand-to-hand moves. Every level is perfectly paced and balanced, and graced with soaring architectural compositions. Plus, it's graphically gorgeous. The epic storyline and the stirring score don't hurt either. In one of the greatest years video gaming has ever seen, Halo 3 is the very best of the bunch.
Was that a knight who said knee right there?
That's I won't read them all, but that was number 1 in Time's top 10 video games of 2007 roundup. And this was something else that's a holdover from when we didn't podcast, because this came out a week or so ago. This is written by Lev Grossman, one of my favorite writers of all time. Everything this guy writes makes me want to fucking kill him.
him and Wagner, James Al.
Yeah, this is just I don't know. I shouldn't diss him personally. Maybe we'll meet someday and shake hands. You know, Lev Grossman, we probably went to the same temple growing up. I don't know. But, dude, and you can look on his thing, he went to Harvard and Yale. He's got, you know, there's things on his bio that are like, you know, he's won this or that award. He probably thinks he's slumming by writing about video games. But, dude, please stop writing about video games, okay? Because he made a top 10 list there of his best video games of the year. This is Time Magazine. We spent week after week dissing, you know, lame websites and magazines in our own industry, our own magazine. But you expect a little better from Time.
Do you really these days, though?
Well, maybe you don't. I don't anymore. That was Halo. So his list of games actually is okay. The top 10 games he picked, especially because it's Time Magazine.
The list of like generally agreed upon.
Right. I mean,
games.
it's Time, so you're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna go on that much of a limb.
Ace Combat, though.
And, right. Halo is number 1, probably questionable.
I like that he used his, you know, small word count to describe that the game has long and short range weapons. You can do hand-to-hand combat, just like all this stuff that just like, well,
right. But these write-ups are ridiculous. The one I read to you, I mean, first of all, he calls it a combat simulator because, you know, he works for Time and he went to Harvard and Yale, so he can't just call it a fucking shooter.
Right.
Combat simulator. That's what Halo is.
That's the thing here. Is like I understand. I think the language is fine. I have no problem with the language, and that he had a very small amount of space, very limited word count to say.
I'm glad he compared it to a pebble in the ocean.
That part is bullshit, but the content is that it's just vapid, right?
Yes.
And so, for example, you have for Mass Effect, it says, choose a class, level up, earn weapons and armor, assemble your party, talk to startlingly realistic aliens. Mass Effect has all the good stuff that games used to be about before the internet came along.
Right. That's one of my favorite lines of this whole thing.
Since the internet, there's never been a game that let you choose class, level up, weapons, armor, assemble your party. Right. World of Warcraft minus the startlingly realistic aliens part. You know, I mean, things like that.
Startlingly realistic aliens. Let's parse that one from
architectural stuff in Halo. I mean,
I guess Lev knows what aliens look like. These ones are startlingly realistic.
Him and Kucinich are just hanging out.
Tell us what it was like out there in outer space, Lev.
I think you got something going on with this guy, though, that's leading you to want to pick on him and start beef with him.
I do. I call him out.
Jeff has a special vendetta.
Yeah. I do, because he's using many words to say absolutely nothing.
Yes.
Which is what you just said. Mm-hmm. I mean, that one line, I want to repeat that line you said, because that's my favorite one of this whole thing. I have to rant one more second about this guy. Mass Effect has all that good stuff that games used to be about before the internet came along. What the fuck are you talking about? Really? What does that mean? Before the internet came along. The internet did not change how games are, how they're played. There's more games that do other things because of the internet now. But single-player RPGs existed before the internet, yes.
Right.
And they still exist now. Mm-hmm. So shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Don't write articles like that for Time Magazine. You're embarrassing everyone, especially you. Oh, God. I hate him. Sorry.
Oh,
it's been a long day, and he's making it worse.
You know, I can't wait to see the day that you and he are on a panel together.
You and him and me and the Hogwarts guy from that blog.
Wait, what's this?
I can't remember his name. Apache Hogwarts.
That guy.
Yeah. Oh, that guy. Man,
we'll have some slap spots.
I got a story about him. I don't know if I could share it on the air, but
no, we'll be all right. We don't need to.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. But we were talking about. I was reading about Mass Effect.
Oh, that's a good segue.
And that's a good segue. Sean, is it in fact every good thing that games used to be about before the internet came along?
Yeah. I canceled my DSL after playing it.